Hello, 6th period pre-algebra. Welcome to the Friday class. I am out today. Mr. Aiken is your sub. I'm going to create today's lesson in video form. Please just follow the prompts in the video. Do what I say in the video, and you shouldn't really miss a beat with today's class. So let's start out with the homework check. So please get your homework out and watch it, excuse me, check it with the key that I plan to send the key to your assignments folder um, on Friday morning. In case I forget, we got the video here as well, but I'm also going to talk about a few of these problems. So pause the video now and check your homework against the homework key. Okay, you should be finished checking your homework now against the homework key. Let's now walk through these. Most of these are pretty straightforward, I believe. So like 5/7 plus 1/7. You keep the denominator 7, you add the numerators. 5 plus 1 is 6. You probably got the majority of these correct. I'm going to try to skip down to some that are a little more challenging. Here's one where we have some mixed numbers. Let's convert these to improper fractions first. 1 multiplied by 16 is 16. 16 plus 13 is 29. So 1 and 13/16 becomes 29/16 minus 1 multiplied by 16. 1 multiplied by 16 plus 5 gives you 21. So 1 and 5/16 becomes 21/16. We subtract, keeping our denominator 16. 29 minus 21 gives us 8. So 8/16. Make sure you simplify your fraction. We get 1/2. 1/2 there for x. 18 is pretty straightforward, I believe. By the way, I would take an improper fraction as long as it's simplified, like 5/2, or I would take the mixed number, like 2 and 1/2. Again, both should be simplified, but either one of these would be acceptable as your answer. All right. Number 20, we have a negative number plus a negative number. So if I gave you like -4 plus -2, that's equal to -6. Well, that's similar to 4 plus 2, right? 4 plus 2 is 6. -4 plus -2 is -6. It's the exact same thing, but the sign is the opposite. So when I look at -4 plus -2, I think of 4 plus 2, but then I make the sign the opposite. So the same thing here. We have a negative plus a negative. We're going to keep that denominator of 27. -19 plus -7 gives me -26. Okay. 22, 9 minus 17, that's -8. We keep that denominator of 20. We can simplify this by dividing the numerator and denominator by 4, giving us -2/5. Okay, I think these were pretty straightforward here. 12 over 12 simplifies to 1. 6/2 simplifies to, 6/12 simplifies to 1/2. Negative 4/12 simplifies to -1/3. Okay, these problems here. 4 1/3 x plus 2/3 x minus 3 1/3 x. This is just like 4 1/3 plus 2/3 minus 3 1/3. I don't even think about the x's there. I make sure they come down every step of the process, but I don't really think about them. I'm just focused on these numbers over here in the red. 4 multiplied by 3. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12 plus the 1. 4 1/3 becomes 13/3 x plus 2/3 x is just 2/3 x minus 3 1/3. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. So minus 10/3 x. 13/3 plus 2/3, that'd be 13 plus 2, which is 15/3 x. The minus 10/3 gets copied down. 15 minus 10 gives us 5/3 x, or you might have said 1 2/3 x. Same idea. We're going to convert these to improper fractions. 5 multiplied by 7 gives me 35, plus 1 gives me 36, so that's 36/7. -3 multiplied by 7, that's -21. All right, well, think about it this way. 3 multiplied by 7 is 21, plus 3 is 24. This is negative, so negative 24/7. And then 1 multiplied by 7 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9, so that becomes 9/7 m. Okay, then we combine like terms. We combine like terms. We add these fractions. 36/7 plus negative 24/7. 36 plus negative 24. That's 12/7 m. The plus 9/7 gets copied down. 12 plus 9 is 21. So 21/7 m. 21 divided by 7 is 3. So 3m is what we get there. Same idea on 34. I think pretty straightforward stuff. Convert everything to an improper fraction. Go from there. All right, this problem. If I gave you this problem, x over 8 plus y over 8, you would say I've got my denominator of 8, and then I add my numerator, right? X plus y. So we can go the other way as well. We can say x plus y over 8. That's the same thing as x over 8 plus y over 8. So that is how we can write x plus y over 8 as a sum of two fractions. All right, number 39, there was some confusion on this in my last class. We've got a space that is 54 5/8 inches wide. We have a 5-foot piece of countertop we're going to put into that space. We're going to convert, we need to be in the same units, right? So we've got inches, we've got feet. We've got to be in the same unit of measurement. So how many inches is 5 feet? 5 multiplied by 12, we get 60 inches. We have a 60-inch board, or countertop, whatever it is, that we're going to cut. And when we cut it, we need 54 5/8 inches left. So how do we do that? 60 minus 54 5/8 gives us 5 3/8 inches. This is how much we're going to cut. We're going to cut 5 3/8 inches. That's one way to do it. The other way to convert both of these to improper fractions, we're going to have a denominator of 8. So let's start with the 54. 54 multiplied by 8, we get 432. Don't forget we have to add the numerator, which is 5. So 432 plus 5 gives us 437/8. With the 60, we're going to multiply it by 8. So 60 multiplied by 8 gives me 480. So we can rewrite 60 as 480/8. We subtract, keeping our denominator of 8. 480 minus 437 gives us 43/8. 43/8 is the same thing as 5 3/8. So we're going to cut 5 3/8 inches. No matter how you work the problem, you should get 5 3/8 inches. For number 40, pretty straightforward. We just add those two fractions. 3/8 plus 5/8 gives you 8/8, which is 1. Okay. Up next, we have a class warm-up. I have sent this to your assignments folder. It's basically a breakdown of everything we've done, or a review, I should say, of everything we've done in this unit. We're going to write a terminating decimal as a fraction. We're going to write a repeating decimal as a fraction, simplify both of those fractions. We're going to classify each number as whole, integer, rational, and or none, all that apply. You're going to find the sum or the difference. Do not just estimate, find the specific sum or difference on A, B, and C there. So pause the video now. This can be found in your assignments folder. The class 6 warm-up. Go ahead. Okay, let's take a look at this. We're going to write 3.28 as a simplified fraction. This is a terminating decimal. With the terminating decimals, what we need to do, we need to look at the last digit to the right of the decimal. Well, that last digit is that 8 right there. What place is that in? It's in the hundredths place. Okay. So what this student did, I said, okay, well that 8 is in the hundredths place, so I know my denominator here is going to be 100. What is to the right of the decimal goes over that. That's going to be your numerator. So 28 is my numerator. So 28 100ths. We can divide both of these by 2, giving us 14/50ths. We can divide both of these by 2, giving me 7/25ths. Now, notice this is going to be a mixed number. There's a 3 to the left of the decimal. So we have simplified what is to the right of the decimal as 7/25ths. All we have to do is step down below that or off to the side or something. Just don't say they are equal. Put the 3 out front to create your mixed number. 3 and 7/25. 3 and 7/25 there. Next, we're going to write this repeating decimal, 0.21 repeating, as a simplified fraction. So there's a completely different method for doing this with a repeating decimal. So n is going to be equal to my repeating decimal of 0.21. Remember, this is 0.21212121 forever. Okay. Oh man. And we ask ourselves how many digits are repeating. There's 2 digits repeating. Therefore, we're going to multiply by 100. So when we multiply by 100, that decimal goes 2 spots to the right, giving me 21.21 repeating. I like that. We then subtract 100n minus n gives me 99n. This 0.21 repeating minus the 0.21 repeating becomes 0. We're left with 21 on the right side. We divide both sides by 99 to solve for n. We're left with 21 over 99. We can divide both of these by 3. We divide by 3, we divide by 3. And we get 7/33. 7/33 on that problem. Okay, classify each as whole, integer, rational, or none, and or none. Remember, every whole number is also an integer. Every integer is also rational. So if you say W, you should also say I and R. Every integer is also rational. So if you say I, you should say R. Any number that ends, meaning it terminates, is rational. Any number that repeats is rational. So what is not rational? Something that does not end and it does not repeat. So looking at A, -7 is an integer. I, all integers are rational. R, I, R on A. B, 4.29836124, and it goes on forever. This does not end, it does not repeat. This is none. That's not a rational number. C, 113, this is a whole number. All whole numbers are integers. All integers are rational. So WIR. D, 4 1/7. This is a mixed number. All mixed numbers are going to be rational. We could write this as an improper fraction, and it's therefore rational. E, 3.26, where the 6 repeats forever. That's going to be rational. We could write that as a fraction if we wanted to. All right, find the sum or the difference. 4.28 plus 6.89, it's just regular addition here. 11.17, don't forget to carry your ones. All right, now this one's a little different. Let's pretend we had the problem -2 minus 6. What's -2 minus 6? It's -8, right? What about if we had the problem -2 plus -6? What's -2 plus -6? Still -8, right? So -2 minus 6, -8, -2 plus 6, -8. That's a lot like 2 plus 6. What's 2 plus 6? It's 8. It's always 8 or -8, but because we have 2 negatives here, it's going to be negative, right? So I'm going to treat this just like 0.24 plus 4.72. And when I add those two together, we get 4.96. This is going to be a negative difference, right? Just like -2 minus 8 is -8. This is also going to be negative, -0.24 minus 4.72. So I take 4.96 and I put a negative sign in front of it. So negative 4.96 there. Do not put the negative sign here, because a positive number plus a positive number does not equal a negative number. C. Okay, let's first do our estimate here. -8 plus -8.61. You could say that's about -8, or maybe you say it's about -9. Either way, plus 2.346 is about 2. So we get -7 there. So, you know, depending on how you estimate, around -7. Now, -9 plus 2. if we say 9 minus 2 is equal to 7, if we put the negative sign in front, we get negative 7. So that's the way I think about negative 9 plus 2. I say, okay, well, negative 9, that's further from 0, so we know that's going to be a negative sum. And I got to figure out how far apart 9 and 2 are. In other words, what's 9 minus 2? So 7. And then you put the negative sign in front. So there you go. Same idea here. Negative 8.61 is further from 0 than 2.346. So I know the sum is going to be negative. So I've got to figure out how far apart is 8.61 from 2.346. In other words, what is 8.610 minus 2.346? We subtract. I've got to borrow here. Can't do 0 minus 6. I borrow from the 1. Becomes 10 minus 6 is 4. Can't do 0 minus 4, so I got to borrow from the 6. Becomes 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 5 minus 3 is 2. 8 minus 2 is 6. Don't forget your decimal there. And remember, we said this is going to be negative, right? So negative 6.264. Negative 6.264 there. All right, so that was the warm-up. All right, today's lesson, we're talking about adding and subtracting unlike fractions. So in the previous lesson, we added and subtracted like fractions, meaning the denominators were the same. Today, the denominators are not the same, so we have to convert these fractions so we have common denominators. So let's take a look at the first one here. N equals 3/8 plus 5/6. We're concerned about these denominators of 8 and 6. We need to make them the same. So to do this, we're going to think about the least common multiple. So think about the multiples of 8. 8 multiplied by 1 is 8. 8 multiplied by 2 is 16. 8 multiplied by 3 is 24. 24 is a multiple of 6 as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to take 3/8, and we're going to multiply it by something to give us that denominator of 24. By the way, you have these notes, so you should have them open as you watch this video. Work along with me. So if you're not doing that now, pause the video, get the notes up, and watch and write at the same time, just like you're in class. 8 multiplied by what equals 24? 8 multiplied by 3 equals 24. What do I have to put here in the here in the numerator? In the numerator here, what do I have to put? A 3. 3 over 3 is 1. We can multiply by 1 and nothing changes. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9, right? So 3/8 becomes 9/24. Plus, let's talk about the 5/6. 5/6, we're going to multiply this by something to give us a denominator of 24. So think to yourself, 6 multiplied by what is 24? 6 multiplied by 4 is 24, which means I have to put what in the numerator? 4. 4 over 4 is 1. 5 multiplied by 4, we get 20. So 20/24. So 9/24 plus 20/24 gives us 29/24. And just for fun, let's rewrite this as a mixed number. I would take the simplified improper fraction, which is what this is, 29/24. But if we write this as a mixed number, it's 1 and 5/24. So we can always check this. 1 multiplied by 24 is 24, plus our numerator of 5, we do get 29. So that checks out. So either of those would be acceptable. What did we do? We found the LCM of the denominators, 24 in this case. By the way, it doesn't have to be the LCM. It could be any common multiple, but the LCM is the easiest to work with typically. So the LCM of 24, we converted both these fractions so they have a denominator of 24. 3/8 we multiply by 3 over 3, giving us 9/24. 5/6 we multiply by 4 over 4, giving us 20/24. We then added those two we added those two fractions with common denominators, giving us 29/24. Try this one on your own. I think you can probably do it. 2/5 minus 1/2 equals p. Pause the video now and try it out. All right, first we think to ourselves and we say, what is the LCM here? The LCM of these two is 10. So 2/5 multiplied by something gives me a denominator of 10. We have to multiply by 2. 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. 2 multiplied by 2, we get 4. Okay? So 2/5 becomes 4/10 minus, same thing for the other fraction, 1/2. We have to multiply that by 5 over 5. And if you could do this one mentally, 1/2, if you just know that's 5/10, I'm okay with that. So 1/2 becomes 5/10. 4/10 minus 5/10. We have a denominator of 10. 4 minus 5 gives us -1. So with a fraction like this, you can put the negative in the numerator. You can put the negative out front. You could put the negative in the denominator. All of these are the same thing. You'll typically see me put it in the numerator or out front, either way. Ooh, okay, here we have a mixed number. I think you can do this on your own. We need to first convert to an improper fraction. Do we have that? No, we have not had this yet. So let's convert this together. 3 multiplied by 6 is 18. 18 plus 1 is 19. So that's 19/3 plus 5 multiplied by 9 is 45. 45 plus 4 is 49/9. Okay. Then we ask ourselves, what is the LCM of 3 and 9? We're looking at the denominators only, 3 and 9. LCM is 9. So work this problem out, keeping in mind the LCM is 9. Okay, so the only thing we have to convert is 19/3. To get a denominator of 9, we have to multiply 3 by 3, which means a 3 has to go in the numerator. We can multiply by 3 over 3. 19 multiplied by 3, we get 57/9. So on this particular problem, R equals 57/9 plus, we said 5 and 4/9 became 49/9. We keep our denominator of 9, 57 plus 49. All right, well, 57 plus 9 is 66. 66 plus 40 is 106. All right. Is that a simplified fraction? Well, 9 is divisible by 3. Is 106 divisible by 3? 1 plus 0 plus 6 gives us a sum of 7. The answer is no. It's not divisible by 3. So that is our answer. We can report our answer as a simplified improper fraction, which is what we have there. Now, you could also write it as a mixed number. So in 106/9, we have 99/9, which is 11, and we're left with 7/9. So this is 11 and 7/9. Again, you can check this. 11 multiplied by 9 is 99, plus 7 is 106. It checks out. So either of these would be acceptable. All right, try the last one out on your own. Pause the video now, try that problem out. Okay, looking at our denominators, we have a denominator of 4, denominator of 12. What is the LCM of 4 and 12? It's 12. Okay. Before we do anything, let's convert this to improper fractions. So 8 multiplied by 4 gives me 32. 32 plus 3 gives me 35. 4ths minus 9 multiplied by 12. 9 times 10 is 90. 9 times 2 is 18. 18 plus 90 is 108. Plus my numerator 7 gives me 115/12. Now remember we said we had an LCM of 12. So what I've got to do is I've got to take my 35/4. I've got to multiply it by something to give me a denominator of 12. 4 multiplied by 3 gives me a denominator of 12. 3 goes in the numerator as well. 35 multiplied by 3 gives me 105. 105. Okay. So let's go back up top here. This is equal to 105 over 12, 105 twelfths, minus 115 twelfths. 105 minus 115 gives me negative 10 twelfths. We can divide both of those by 2, giving me negative 5 sixths. There we go. All right. Your homework assignment has been sent to you as well. It is page 246, numbers 13 through 29 odd. 13 through 29 odd. There we go. All right, very good. Good luck on this assignment. Once you complete the bookwork, you are finished for the day. Please do not leave without showing your work to Mr. Aiken. If you don't finish, that's okay. Just work the entire time until you run out of time, and then complete that for homework. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.